Hello, Shaving Cadre and everybody out in YouTube land. Handle Barber Dave here with our Barbershop at Home series. Sorry I haven't been on very much. Things have been busy at the shop, and there's some other things that you'll see a picture of here in just a few minutes. But I have been shaving all week with the Blackland Vector and all CBL soaps. Everything I've been using is CBL soap. Some that he's never marketed all the way through. It's just been quick and easy for me to get it done. One thing I will say about the Blackland razor, wonderful razor. I can get probably 9 shaves out of the feather before I have to switch. But I think now, after almost 2 weeks, I can definitively say it's not as good as a straight. It's close, but it's just not the same. It's a great razor, and I'll continue to use it probably during the week when I have little or no time, but the straights are still going to be the best way. So to me, nothing beats a straight, bar none, period. So also, there's been a couple of new releases of CBL soaps. One is Iron Throne. I shaved with that 2 days ago, and it's fantastic. It's nothing like Dragon's Blood. The cooling agent is this, and the menthol is this, but you really don't smell the menthol. If it's wonderful. It pairs perfectly with CC North for those of you guys that have got the North aftershave, and then actually Juniper Sling from Penhaligon's is a perfect match for this. It's just perfect. It's absolutely fantastic, and it really captures the Iron Throne, Game of Thrones theme that they were looking at. So that was a couple days ago. I'll probably do that again here before the end of the weekend. The other one that I used, which I had no reference on, I know, amazingly, I had never gotten to try Irish Moose, neither the soap nor the aftershave, and I hear it's fantastic. But Chris did an homage to it called Sur Fougere. Now, without any knowledge of this soap and not knowing the flavors and the scent notes and everything else, to me, and maybe this is why it's loved so much, if Brute 33, the original Fabergé version, and Penhaligon's English Fern had a baby, this would be it. Absolutely stupendous. Between the two, between Iron Throne and Sur Fougere, I don't know which one I like better. This one is very refreshing. They're both fantastic soaps. He also did send me these two, which I'm going to be trying as soon as I get some aftershaves and EDPs in. One is chocolate chip. I can tell you right now, this smells exactly like a chocolate chip cookie. Homemade, Toll House. It's incredible. What I'll probably pair with this is... I believe Demeter puts out an aftershave called Chocolate Chip Cookie. Very inexpensive. I think it's like $16. And then I'll pair that with Montal's Chocolate Greedy, which has got great reviews. And so I'll patch that with that. But the other one that I was surprised about is this one. Decadent Chocolate. To me, it smells like the best Godiva chocolate made. And it also has a little bit of a hint of a fudgesicle, if you remember that. So we'll be shaving with all of these over the next few days again to discuss them. But today, and this is a late afternoon shave for me. It's almost 5 o'clock at night because I had so much going on during the morning. And the reason for it is last night, you may have heard that we now are the proud parents of triplets. You can see that picture right here. Yes, that's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, our 3 new ducks. And it's been fun. One was born while I was still at the shop, and then the other 2 were last night. So we'll see what kinds of fun ensue on the duck version. So we now have 6 ducks. We have Squeaky, we have Chuckles, we have Spaz, which is the male duck who sired all these ducklings, and then Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So that'll be fun. Anyways, also, the reason why this is such a late shave is today I was very, very proud to pick up this. This is a vintage Koken barber chair, and it has an electric lift. The reason why it means so much to me is they're extremely rare. 2, I did the vast majority of my barber training in that chair. And then, of course, the connection to Ray Compass, the owner of the store, or the owner of the barber school, and my original barber when I was a kid, and my dad. It's just a perfect thing. So I'm looking very excited to get this in the shop. It will be totally different. So you see the picture here. It's going to be completely reupholstered, and I'll share that as well. So, and the other thing is, being a collector, I was fortunate enough to find this cool little thing. Yes, it's a clock, and it's a barber chair. How else can you go wrong? So that's been what's going on at the Eisenhuth household, so to speak. Now, as far as the soap for today, I did watch a little bit of Chad's video today, and we all know that Chad's sniffer can be a little weird, although I did vindicate and say that, yes, it does smell a little bit like Stella Alpina from Saponificio Veracino smells a little bit like tumbleweeds. So I gave him that. But in this case, Chad, I'm going to have to argue with you a little bit. I'm going to shave with Breakfast Blend. This is Chris's first foray into the coffee scent. And the coffee definitely comes through, but I will agree with Chad, there is a sweet note, but it's vanilla to me. To me, this smells like a vanilla latte. Now, I haven't lathered it up yet, so he said that you got a little bit more coffee once of that, but it's a wonderful scent. Now, when pairing that, that's really tough because I have a few coffee related scents, but they don't really have that real pungent coffee odor that you want. So for today, the one that I found, and this one's probably going to be a little surprising, I'm going to use the unscented Paladin Balm. So that'll be the aftershave. But in searching through the den, through the hundreds of different aftershaves and parfums that I have, believe it or not, the one that I think is going to work is, yes, Death by Eucharist. Wonderful stuff, terrible soap, of course, I've always told you, but wonderful, wonderful fragrance. And so it'll be really good. Now, to continue kind of the coffee theme, we are going to be using the 2017 Sorrentino Barzini. This was actually the very first Barzini brush. It does have the AMAC tuxedo knot. And then for the vanilla latte theme, the scales, and I was kind enough to get this from Chris, CMH 737 for those that don't know. This is a CV Helgestrand number 8. I don't know if you can see that. Wonderful razor, and these scales I believe were done by Doc 226 Alfredo, and they've got kind of a coffee tinge to them. So that's kind of what we're doing today. We'll probably speed up the shave a little bit, but we are going to do a hot towel as well. And the brush has already been soaking for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and load the puck. Yeah, the coffee, Chad was right, the coffee really just starts popping out when you start lathering it. I'm still detecting that vanilla latte flavor. And as Chad said, thanks to Kyle, UA Cowboy, we are now, all three of us, well, Chris was already there, but Chad and I are now roasting our own coffee. Chris was nice enough to send me some Kopi Luwak. And for those of you that do not know what Kopi Luwak is, watch The Bucket List with not James Earl Jones, with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson is a coffee fanatic, and he loves Kopi Luwak. Well, the reason why Kopi Luwak is so special is that the civet cat eats the coffee berries, but the berries do not digest, so they pass through its intestinal tract and comes out the other side. Kopi Luwak is the most expensive coffee in the world, followed by Jamaican Blue Mountain, and supposedly it is absolutely phenomenal. So yes, we're going to be drinking cat butt coffee. I have to roast mine, which I'm going to probably do tomorrow. And then I also received some Mexican coffee from Chris, and then Chad is sending me some Colombian coffee that he roasted. So so thanks, UA Cowboy, for enabling us to do another hobby. So we're all set to go here. As I said, the coffee notes really come out when you lather it. But I smell vanilla. I don't smell the chocolate that Chad does. So to me, it's a vanilla latte. but it's still coffee. I guess you could argue, in fact, once it's on the face, it's almost coffee with cream, like a creamer, type of creamer, but the coffee flavor really starts popping out, even just with this. And I haven't really deeply lathered yet. So hope everybody on the cadre and is having a wonderful weekend. And so we'll do our hot towel real quick. And we'll go right into face lathering. Those of you that follow me on Instagram on the barbering thing, it's at HandleBarberDave. And also, I've got my branding page up on Facebook. It's still in process. And then you can see some of the haircuts I do on my YouTube page, or I'm sorry, not my YouTube page, my Instagram page. Those of you that are friends of mine on Facebook, it'll be at the Handle Barber thing, and then of course on the TSC as well. Lathers wonderfully. It's just wonderful. And boy, does the coffee really start coming out. It's almost got a coffee candy type aroma to it. Really nice. Okay, the blade's already been stropped, 25 on linen and 25 on leather. We're just going to heat the blade up a little bit and we'll go ahead and get started. And when you're shaving, you can really smell that coffee coming out. This Helgestrand number 8 is a little murder blade. Much like the MK31, it does require you to really pay attention. To what you're doing. I think that Alfredo Doc 226 had honed this originally, and then I can't remember if it was this one or another one that I honed for Chris, but then he decided to sell it to me. And I love it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and strop a couple of times. Absolutely wonderful first pass, and the coffee is still lingering, which is kind of cool. And I agree with Chad that The sweetness tones down a little bit, but you can still smell it. And to me, it still smells like vanilla. Maybe even a hint of, believe it or not, a hint of caramel. Kind of like a caramel macchiato, I guess, would be a good way of putting it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue the rest of the shave, and we'll see you on the other side for final comments and everything else. Okay, everybody, we're back. Great shave. In fact, I didn't even need to do any cleanup with the number 8. It was wonderful. Just really, really smooth all the way around. Still getting a lot of the coffee. The sweetness has kind of gone away. I did use my Lucky Tiger and a cold towel, and then we'll put the Paladin balm now. Now, this is just an unscented balm. It's unobtainium anymore. I'm not sure if Ken even still has any of this left, but it was a tremendous balm. I'm not sure who made it for him. I know that the soap maker that was making his soaps did some things that were kind of unscrupulous, but I don't think the balm was made by the same company. But it's a wonderful balm, very non-greasy, and you can put it on and not worry about any scents conflicting with it at all. As always, we'll go ahead and use some of the Menon shave talc. So, if you're on the fence about any of the soaps that I mentioned today, don't be. The coffee is a fun scent. I would wear it anytime. I would probably save it a little bit more for fall and winter. It's a little bit of a deeper scent, but it's still, it can be worn every day. And the quality of the soaps, well, we all know how Chris's soaps are. So, and then once again, we're going to take the Eucharist. It was the one that I knew would match the best. And if you haven't gotten this, it's really worth it. There's a lot of jokes about it. Yep, it matches wonderfully. It gives it a little bit of a floral note, and very nice though. Absolutely, very, very nice. So that's it for today's shave, folks. It was wonderful, and we'll do another shave video tomorrow. Once again, come visit us at The Shaving Cadre. That's www.theshavingcadre.com. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time on Handle Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home.